Okay, so now our next requirement in this Python pattern, in the square pattern, I want to print 111 222 333 when we enter the n is equal to 3, nth number of rows, that is what n values is 3. If you enter the value of n means the number of rows is 3, so I want such output 111 222 333. Then again, if you enter the number of rows, that is n is equal to 3, I want such a pattern a b b b c c c, that is 3 times again. So if you enter the number of rows, that is n is equal to 3, I want a requirement to print a pattern 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, again, if you enter the 3, so I want to print the pattern in the alphabets, that is ABC, in the first row, second row ABC, third row in the ABC. Okay, this is our requirement to print such a pattern, that is a square pattern in this Python program. Okay, so let us check here how we can print these patterns. Okay, so the first requirement we are going to see. Okay, let us check the program now. Okay, so what is our first requirement? To print the pattern, if you enter the n is equal to 3, so I want to print here 1 1 1. So same symbol in the one row, first row, same symbol in the second row, and same. Okay, so that is symbol is incrementing here, the value is incrementing in the third row. So I want to print here I 2 2 sorry, I 1 1 1 2 2 2 and 3 3 3. Okay, so we required one loop. Yes, so for that purpose, take one variable first. Okay, n is equal to input function to read the data from keyboard. So can write here, enter the number of rows. Okay, enter the number of rows. Yes, fine. So do the typecasting, use integer function, int function, we require the end function. Okay, so now yes, so take even for loop. Yes, for loop please here, for I in a range, take any variable, no problem, I in a range, okay, of n. So how many times it will be print? If you enter the n is equal to 3, so 3 number of times it will be printed. And the value, what is the possibilities values of I? That is going to become start from 0 and n minus 1. If you enter the n is equal to 3, suppose if you enter n is equal to 3, so then what will the values for I? So this for loop is executed 3 number of times. So having the values of when I is equal to 0, then I is equal to 1 and I is equal to 3. These are the number of possibility outcomes for the I. Next, okay, want if you enter the n is equal to 3, then what is our requirement? So for in the first row I want 1 1 1. So how it can be possible? So here we have, so where we need to add 1 in I, so we will get the 1. Okay, what is the first value of, means initial value of, what will the value initial value at I? So that is what first is 0, start from the 0. So 0 plus 1 we are getting 1. Okay, we are getting 1 here. So that means we can take this term n the number of times. Okay, n the number of times, right? Means what is the value of n? 3. So we will get the 1 how much time? 3 times again. Now let us see I plus 2. Okay, incrementing, sorry, I plus 1. Okay, I will get increment. Okay, when I is equal to 0, so 0 plus 1 1, then I is this is for the first row. Okay, first row we are getting this, no problem. So here I is get increment. Okay, that I is going to become a 1 1 plus 1. Okay, now I की वैल्यू यहाँ पे हमारी कितनी बन रही है? 1. Okay, 1 plus 1, that is 2. How much time? Nth number of times, so that will printed our value 2 2 2 3 times. 2 2 2 will be printed. Okay, again, so see here our logic is working or not? Yes, definitely. I is wait, when I is equal to 0, 0 plus 1, when I is equal to 1, 1 plus 1 2, when I is equal to 2, 2 plus 1, that is going to become here 3. How much times you required? Nth number of times. Okay, so that is what 3 number of times we will get the 3 output. Okay, see in the third row we will getting this 3. Yes, our logic is working. So now we are going to use here. Okay, so see here, so I'm writing here, so str of, okay, str of I plus 1, right? Str of I plus 1. So the plus concatenation we are getting giving one space. Okay, that's it. And how much times? Nth number of times. initial I is equal to 0, so 0 plus 1, 1 is printed. How much number of times we required? So give here one space. Okay, so this is space. Okay, then 1 1, how much number of times? N the number of times. What is the value of n? That is 3. Okay, so take this the term and the number of times. Okay, take this the terms and number of times, so into n, right? So again I is going to become a 1, so I plus 1 is 2, 2, 2, 2. Yes, our logic is working or not? Yes, definitely our logic is working. Give the one space, right? Then nth number of times. So now I is going to become a 2, 2 plus 1, that is what? 3. Okay, 2 plus 1, that is going to become 3. Then 3, right? 3, 3. Okay, nth number of times. So 3 is printed nth number of times. Yes, our logic is working. Now take this inside the print. Okay, print function, right? Okay, see whether it is work or not. Okay, so let us see the output. Yes, fine. Go to the command prompt, compile our program or execute our program. Okay, so python pattern 2.py. So see here whether our requirement is fulfilling or not. So if you enter the 3 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3, yes. If you enter the 5, so we are getting this output or printing this pattern. 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 3 3 3 4 4 4, and 5 5 5 times. Okay, so that means our logic is working or not? Yes, definitely our logic is working. Okay, what is our next requirement? Right. So and now our next requirement is what? I want to print a symbol. I want to print a symbol. Suppose uh, a a a a a a, right? If you enter the n is equal to 3, so I want to print here a. I need to print here c c c. This is our requirement. A, B, and C. If you enter n is equal to 3. Now this is our next requirement. Now what to do here? Okay, what to do here? See here, observe. When you enter the 3, so we require the number of rows, 3, the number of column 3s. In the first row, we require the same symbol. In the second row, that is incrementing. C is incrementing, means what? So take here chr means character. Okay, so we know what is the value of ASCII value of a, that is 65. Capital A की ASCII value क्या है 65. That's it. Okay, so now how we get 65? So what is the requirement? So how will get the 65? So if you enter the n is equal to 3, what are the possibilities values of I? 0, 1 and 2, 3 times. Okay, so how can I add here 65 plus what? I. Yes, are you getting this value or not? How much times? N times. That's it. Logic is completed. That's it. Okay, and plus here and give there space to print this. Okay, this is our logic. That's it. Okay, chr character up, so that will print a 6. Now see here how it can be work. Okay, how it can be work, see here. Now I'm pasting here. Okay, so chr of 65 plus I. Okay, first of all you can print a single character, no problem. You can print here the 65. Let whether it is working or not, let us check first. Okay, so here, so here 65 chr of 65 plus I. What is the value of I is a 0 now. So what is the value? 65. Then what is the value of chr of 65? That will print what? Capital A. So capital A is going to be print here. Now what is there here? Confidential and space. Okay, so give here one space. Yes, space is there. Again, how much types you have to print a? N times. What is the value of n? That is 3. Okay, so now how it can be printed? Capital A, sorry, A, then again A, right? 3 times A will be printed. That's fine. Next, in the next line, then I is going to become a 1. Now 65 plus 1. What is value of 65 plus 1? 66. Okay, you know the very well pattern. So see the values 65A, sorry, capital A is there, right? In 66 we have the capital B. In a 67 we have here capital C, right? So now the next, I plus 65 plus I means 1. I की value कितनी 1. So 66, what the letter is available, what the symbol is present in the 66? B. How much times you required? N times. So see here B and B, right? It's very easy. B. Okay, next, second, third, C. I plus 2, that is what 67. What is available in 67? C is there. Okay, so that is n number of times C will be printed. Our logic is working or not? Yes, definitely our logic is working. So now use this logic here. Okay, this is our logic, right? Okay, so let us check whether our logic we are getting the expected output or not. Okay, so let us find here. So let us check now. Once again, execute this program. Yes. How many number of rows you require? 3. Yes. Let us see here. A, B, 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 C, C, C. Yes, our logic is working. Fine. Very good. So if I entering the number of rows I required 5. So what will be printed? A number of times, 5 number of times. Okay. A in the first row, B, B, B 5 times in the second row, C, C, C in the third row, D, D, D in the fourth row, E, E, E in the fifth row. Yes, our logic is working properly. So now next, what is our next requirement? So in our next requirement, we want to print a pattern. So one, if you enter here, suppose n is equal to 3. So I want to print this pattern. This is our requirement. Okay, this is my requirement. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now observe here carefully. So here in the first row 1 2 3 is there, in the second row 1 2 3 is there, in the third row 1 2 3. Okay, the column, this is column 1 1 1 2 2 2, but in the one every row the symbol is changing, right? See here 1 2 3, in the second row also 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, the symbols are changing. Now the symbols are changing. So how can do this thing? Okay, so for that purpose we required the two for loops, right? We required here the two for loops, one for I then j. Okay, so for the row and column, I for row we can use and j for column. This is our requirement. So two loop is required, right? Then how we can write the two loops? Okay, so what is our requirement? In the first row I want 1 2 3. So then when I is equal to 0, then j is equal to what? 1 2 3 means j plus, we need to write here j plus 1. What is the initial value of j? That is 0. 0 plus 1 2 3 working. Yes, then the next row. Okay, then I is going to become a what? When I is equal to 0, then j is equal to 0 1 2. When I is equal to 1, then j is equal to 0 1 2. J is equal to 0 1 2 0 1 2. That is n number of times. Okay, means if you enter the 3 number of times. Okay, let us see here how it can be work. Okay, so we required how? When I is equal to 0, then we want, okay, then j is equal to 0, then j is equal to 1 and j is equal to 3. Suppose n is equal to suppose 3. Okay, that means when I is equal to 0, then it will be print here j is equal to 1 1 j is equal to 0 1 2 means 3 times j will be get printed. So what will be the value I required for the j? So j I want here 1 2 and 3. I want this value. So how it can be, how will get this value? Okay, you can see here when I is equal to 0, I want such output, then j is equal to what? 1. So how can, how can get this value? So we need to add here j plus 1, right? So 0 plus 1, that is 1 2 3. Okay, now copy paste once again, right? When I is equal to 0 okay, then I is equal to 1, then j is also become a 1 plus 2. Okay, same thing again. I is equal to 2, then again same thing. So what is we are getting here? 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So our logic is working or not? Yes. So let us find. Okay, yes, it is working now. Use two loops. Okay, so I for I in a range of n, that is fine. For a j in a range, of n, okay, n minus 1, that is j in a range of n. And now, so want to print here str of, that is what, j plus 1, j plus 1. Okay, now we can give here the we want in the want to print a symbol in the one proper row, so we can use here the end, you can use here the end. Okay, right, end keyword. So after printing that, we want here one new line, so that's why I'm going to use here the one print function. So means how it's going to be print when I is equal to, suppose I'm entering here n is equal to 3, then I is going to become a 0. Then okay, when I is equal to 0, then j is equal to, what, 0. Okay, so j is equal to 0, j is equal to 1, and j is equal to what, 2. Okay, now see here, str of j plus 1 means what, 1 is printed. Then space and is equal to, okay, j, then what is the value, the j in is the inner loop until this complete. Okay, so first of all, when I is equal to 0, so this j loop, inner loop, will be get executed. After that, it will increase the value of I, again it will be totally executed. So when I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, so 1 will be, j is equal to 1, again what is going to be print, 2 is printed. Okay, j is equal to 2, 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, now again, so in the first row we get this output. Okay, in the second row, then, so that is why we are using here print, so that will go to the another row. So when I is equal to 1, the same thing is happening here, again print 1, 2, 3, again printf is there. Okay, see the printf is there, come to the on the next loop. Okay, next row, right, I is equal to 2. Okay, yes, we'll get again 1, 2, 3. Now I is equal to become a 3, so condition is satisfied. Okay, so nth times is 3 times will be executed. Okay, let us check, the output whether practically we are getting or not. Okay, now enter number of row 3, so what we are getting, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So this is satisfying our requirement. Yes, definitely we are getting this particular output. Okay, perfect output we are getting. Again you can enter the 5. Okay, we can find here 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Yes, okay, so this is fulfilling our requirement. Yes, now our next pattern. Okay, now our next pattern. So in our next pattern, what is our requirement, what is my requirement? Okay, so I want to print here I want to print here a, okay, then a b, okay, and c. When we enter here, n number of rows is equal to 3, so a b c, okay, a, then b and c. Okay, a b c, a b c, and a b c. Okay, so what we are going to do, use the same thing with what, char. We required here what, char. Okay, the same thing we need to here char. सेम थिंग ए बड़ा है, क्या करेगा, 65 से +1 करना है, आगे बढ़ेगा. ओके, सेम थिंग, सेम लूप. ओके, सेम एवरीथिंग इज देयर, सेम स्ट्रक्चर, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ str we are going to use here chr. Okay, so here we are writing here j plus I, so instead of j plus, okay, what we are going to add here, okay, 65, what is the initial value, capital A having the 65, so 65 plus j. Okay, 65 plus j. Now if you entering here n is equal to 3, now when I is equal to 0, then j is equal to 0 1 2. Okay, 65 plus 0, that is 65. What is the value of 65? That is, what is the symbol is there, a. After that 66, b, then c. The first row is complete. In the second row also same thing, in the third row also same thing. Okay, so let us check whether this our requirement is fulfilling or not. Okay, now check here, clear the screen and see. Enter the number of rows, 3 here, c here, a b c, a b c, a b c. Yes, we are getting such a output. Yes, a b c, a b c, a b c. Once again, I am entering the number of files row, a b c, a b c, a b c. Okay, once again I am entering here at 26, all this number of. symbols. Okay, see our requirement is satisfying or not. Okay, a b c d a to z, a to z, a to z, how number of times? 60, 26 number of times. Okay, yes, so we are fulfilling this requirement, right?